Hello everyone, myself B. Lavanya and I am currently pursuing my degree at National Engineering College Kovilpatti in the Department of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science. As the part of my coursework in the Fundamentals of Data Science and Data Analytics, I have developed a project titled named as ANOVA Analyzer under the guidance of my course instructor Dr.JN. This application is developed using a Python and a Streamlit. In this project, I have used a Streamlit as a front end to design the user interface where the user can interact with the application by providing the inputs, viewing the result. I have also custom a CSS with the Streamlit to improve the visual appearances and make the interface more attractive and user friendly by using the ST Markdown. For the backend, I have used a Python along with libraries such as Pandas, NumPy for data processing, SciPy for statistical calculation, and Stats model for ANOVA analysis. These libraries handle the core logic of computing the sum of squares, F values, P values, and generating the final decision. In the home page of my application, I have displayed the important details such as my college name, department, project title, instructor details, and developer information. I have also highlighted the features like support one-way and two-way ANOVA, manual input and CSV file for generation for ANOVA tables and graphical visualization using Plotly. Overall, the homepage provides a clear introduction to the system and functionality before proceeding the analysis module. I have used a sidebar navigation panel provided by the Streamlit to manage the flow of the system. The sidebar acts as a main control or panel for the user interfaces. Interaction. Using the sidebar, the user can select the type of analysis to perform such as one-way ANOVA or two-way ANOVA. Based on the selection, application dynamically update the content displayed on the main screen. I have implemented the Streamlit sidebar component like select bar and radio button which allow the easy navigation between different functionalities. Additionally, I have applied the custom CSS styling to sidebar to maintain the consistent visuality to improve the overall user experiences. The sidebar helps in organizing the workflow of the application in the structured manner, guiding the user step by step from selecting the analysis type, providing the input data and viewing the result. This improves the usability and makes the application more interactive and user friendly. ANOVA stands for Analysis of the Variance. It is a statistical technique used to compare the means of multiple groups to determine whether there is a significant difference among them. Instead of comparing the group one by one, ANOVA analyzes the variation within the group and between the group to make a the user first selects the input method, either manual entry or the data CSV file upload. In the manual entry, the user directly enters the values or in CSV upload the files. First, we are going to see about the one-way ANOVA analysis. After providing the data, the user selects the type of data analysis and run the analysis. The system run that performs the group mean. Before that, we want to set the hypothesis H0 and H1. For this example, we set all group means are equal as H0 null value and at least one group mean is different for H1. The system that performs the calculation step by step by computing the grand mean, sum of the squares between the sum of the squares within, total sum of the square, mean squares and F ratio by providing this formula. After that, by using this formula, it calculates the grand mean, SSB, SSW, SS total and F calculated and P values. Then next mean square calculate the F value by using the formula MSW divided by MSB. Then the calculated F value is compared with the critical table by using the Plotly and also which also displayed in the application for the better understanding. Based on the comparison, the system decides whether to reject or fail to reject the null hypothesis. In this visualization, in this application also provide the visualization using the Plotly such as bar chart, box plot, which helps in the better understanding of the data distribution and the group of the visualization. in box plot, some of the small dots are visible to see that are called as outlier. Group means bar chart display the group mean, and F distribution curves shows the calculated F value and critical F value for separating the hypothesis. Next, report generation. Finally, the system generates the report that includes the input data and ANOVA analyzes F value, P value, critical value references and final decision, and thus the report can be downloaded as a PDF. Now we are going to see about two-way ANOVA is used to when we want to analyze the effect of two different factors on the data set and also check whether there is any interaction between them. For example, we can analyze how the teaching methods and the student study has together affect the student performance. In this method, the total variation is divided into three factors: variation due to first factor, variation due to second factor, and variation due to third error. The system first calculate the sum of the rows and the sum of the column and error and total variation. In this example, first we want to set the hypothesis, which is the main part. In this we are set means are equal and at least one mean is different for H1. First the application shows the input matrix, that is nothing but the given data. Next, it shows the factor A summary and factor B summary, such as sum, sample size and average and variances. And by using the formula of SSR and SSC and SST, it calculates the sum of the squares and degrees of freedom. And finally, it shows the ANOVA table. The mean squares can be calculated by dividing each sum of the squares by their respective degrees of freedom. Next, P values are computed separately for each factors, and these values are compared with the corresponding critical table. Comparing critical table to determine whether each factor has a significant effect. If the F value of the factor is greater than the critical value, we reject the null hypothesis for the factor, which means that the factor has a significant impact. Additionally, two-way ANOVA can also analyze the interaction between the factors, which shows whether the combined effect both the factors influence the result. In my application, the performs all these calculation automatically and display the ANOVA tables, F values, P values and decision clearly. Next, it shows the visualization of the heat map to show the factors that affects the factor A and factor B, and interaction plot to shows the better understanding of the effect, whether which factor depends are independent of each other, and grouped bar chart shows the variation between the means. Finally, as the same process of the ANOVA one-way ANOVA analysis is repeated for the two-way ANOVA, the user can download the PDF report for the better summarization. The report was downloaded. Application is deployed using the Streamlit Community Cloud, so it can be accessed easily through a live link from any devices, including the mobile phone. The main features of my ANOVA analyzer is that they combine both one-way and two-way ANOVA along with manual data entry and CSV file applied also. It also displays the F-critical table, which helps in better understanding for the decision process. Additionally, the application provides the visualization like bar chart, block spot using the plotly and interaction plot heat map also, as it generates the downloadable report compared to other ANOVA table tools, which is mainly provide only result. My application provides a complete workflow, including the input calculation, critical value references, visualization and report generation in the user-friendly way. Thank you for your time and attention. I hope my application was clear and useful.